Hi, my name is Blake Byerly, and today I'm going to teach you how to deer hunt. There are 7 steps in order to deer hunt. You got where you want to hunt, when you want to hunt, the deer scouting, the gear for the deer hunt, the setup, the aggressiveness, and the shot placement. These are all very important steps in order to deer hunt. First off, you need to figure out where to hunt. If you own land, own a big farm, that's your ideal spot to hunt. You can even lease land. Someone with a big farm that doesn't hunt on it, you can pay him money, then he will let you hunt on it. Or you can go on public land, which you have to call, like Fort Knox. You can get a license to hunt down there. You can go hunt down there, and you have to pay to hunt down there. Once you figure out where you want to hunt at, now everybody asks, when should I hunt? When you should hunt is in the mornings. Get out there an hour before daylight. Get out there, get in your stand before anyone can see, and then you start hunting. And just say you can't hunt in the morning. Evenings are a great time to hunt too. It matters the time and the place, but preferably around 3:30. That'd be the best time to hunt because the deer like to come out right before dark, and you got to be there at least 2 hours before they're there. They'll spot you like it was nothing. Another thing is deer scouting. People don't assume to scout deer, just lay out corn and hope they come. You actually have to scout deer. Like, you have to see where they lay at, where their deer tracks are, where the main population of water is, and where the most deer is. People just assume that if they lay out corn that deers will come. Deer don't know that corn is there until they find it. So you have to lead them there. Another thing is the gear for hunting. There's a lot of gear that goes into hunting. You have to have all camo, you have to have a deer stand, you have to have a bow or a rifle, is whatever you prefer. It matters the season and the month, but if you're in mid-gun season, you can still hunt with a bow, but if you're in mid-bow season, you cannot hunt with a gun. And if you like to hunt at a tree stand like I prefer, you need a working harness, a lifeline, and stuff to hook onto just in case something was to happen, you would fall out of that tree. Alright, your setup. Your setup is very important because that's where you're going to decide where to set up base, where you're going to put your deer stand, which way it faces, the camo you're going to put around your deer stand so they can't see you, the cover you have behind trees if you're hunting out of a tree, where the blind placement is if that's where you're going to hunt out of a blind. That is very important because you don't want to just set up, you can't set up in the middle of the field. You have to set up on the border of the field so right when deers come out they can't see you. Another important thing about gear that I forgot to mention is during gun season you have to wear orange. You have to wear orange because other hunters. They have to be able to see you while they're hunting. You don't want any accidents out there while you're hunting. So let's back on the setup. The setup is very important because that's where you're going to be hunting. You could have multiple setups. People have multiple deer stands and they hunt a different deer stand every day. Or you have a deer stand in the morning and then in the evening you have a deer stand, another deer stand you go to. It's all about the scouting. If you scout out and you see all kinds of deer in north field in the morning, then the south field during the evening, obviously you're going to do that. That's why scouting is a very valuable and important step. Alright, finally, doing aggressiveness. Most people are not aggressive when they come to deer hunting. That's mostly turkey because you know when turkeys are coming. You don't really know when a deer is coming. Obviously you'll be able to hear them, but from a mile away you have no idea. Other than a turkey, you hear them calling. So most people are not aggressiveness when it comes to deer hunting. They kind of just sit and wait, and that's very valuable. You have to have patience. You can't not have patience in order to deer hunt. You have to sit and wait and hope they come out. And lastly, the spot placement on the deer. When you're about to shoot, where you shoot it at. That is very important because if you don't shoot in the right spot, that deer is not going to die easy. Where you want to shoot it at is his front leg, right where it would go in his heart or his lungs. If you shoot the back leg of a deer, that deer is going to keep running and keep running. You're going to have to track him all night. But if you shoot him on the front leg, right in the front leg, right in his heart, right in his lungs, you're not going to have to chase that deer. You might have to chase it for a couple hundred yards, but it's not going to be 500-600 yards deep in the holler. And when you're tracking a deer, you always look for blood. Also, a very important thing, right when you shoot the deer and you see you shot him, you do not leave your deer stand. You need to stay in your deer stand and let him die on his own. Not saying if he's laying there suffering, go take him out of his misery. But if you just get out your deer stand and immediately start chasing him, that deer's going to get momentum. He's going to keep running, keep running, keep running. But if he knows no one's chasing him, he will lay down and he will eventually pass away. Well, in conclusion, these 7 steps are very important into hunting because you really can't hunt without them. If you just go wing it every time you go hunt, or don't have the proper equipment, or just shoot the deer wrong, you're not going to have a good hunt, and it's just going to be a waste of your time. Alright, I hope I helped you out. Thank you. Have a nice day. God bless.